All right, what we got?
Yeah, it looks good.
So these are the heads, the Caltech heads that used to be on the Colorado. Of course, we got the new, what are these, tricks on the Colorado now? Smetting Performance.
So, they didn't even clean them off. Look at all the metal shavings.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to blow that out. But got them decked this morning.
$180. Look at all that metal down in there.
Holy crap, dude.
Oh my gosh. That's quality service there.
And Jonathan also picked up some Viking shocks and a bump steer kit from Strange. So we're gonna get that put on the S10. Try to help it hook up a little bit better. All right, we're gonna start on the rear shocks.
Yeah, we're done rear shocks.
All right.
I gotta break those loose.
So we're getting rid of these Calvert Racing. They did all right, but there's not enough adjustment on them. And with being on the street, I'm trying to get this thing to launch right without having to put 100 pounds of sandbag in it. Hopefully this will help alleviate that issue. But we're gonna get it put in and then we'll be back. All right, rear shocks are in. They look good. Dad's already starting to take the front off so we can put the bump steer kit in.
Y'all can throw the shocks in if you want. I already got them out.
You got the shocks out?
Yeah.
All right.
They're all over there.
We're gonna put these in and we'll be right back. All right, so we got these Strange shocks that are supposed to work with GM G body, but we think it's only supposed to work with stock springs because with these trick springs, they're a lot, the circumference is smaller than the stock ones as you see from the spring bucket. So what's gonna happen is even if we are able to get the stem up into the bucket, what's gonna happen is when this thing fully extends, it's gonna come down, it's gonna break that stem off and it's gonna mess the shock up. So we're back to square one for the front so far.
Yeah, gotta figure something out.
We're gonna call Strange tomorrow or Monday, give them a holler and see what they say, if they have any ideas of what we could do. And we'll go from there, but the rear is in. Do have the heads in that box right there. We're gonna work on getting a cam for this, a little bit bigger cam. So I got some more stuff coming down the road. Stay tuned.
These companies, man, they suck.
We're looking at the bump steer kit here, trying to figure it out. Pretty much got a good idea of how it's supposed to go in without watching a YouTube video. But definitely the orientation's got to be right because this one has two different grease ports. So
that one's only got one grease port and this has two.
That one has two, so that's got to be right. I wish they'd label it left, right, or whichever way it's supposed to go in the rack. But as far as I can tell, that bolt with the spacers goes on your spindle, drops it down, hooks up to the bottom, and comes back to your rack here. So we're gonna get this bump steer kit on here, and then Jonathan's gonna talk to a few people, figure something out for the springs and shocks for the front. We might have to take a step backwards from where we are now. But let's get this installed and we'll be right back. All right, so after looking on YouTube and eyeballing and Googling, we determined that with the angle finder, our angle is 158.9, so 159. From what we read on Google and other people is you want this tie rod end or linkage to be the same angle as your lower control arm. So we put it right at 158. That was the best we could get with the spacers that were given from TRZ. Did that to both sides. We're gonna get everything tightened up and call it good from there. If it is wrong and anybody does have an idea, please comment down below so we can fix it. And we can get it straight. But as far as we know, this is the correct way to do it.
All right, guys, welcome back to the shop. I've already started working on something. I'm starting to basically get these control arms off. I got the trick springs out, the spindles off. So now it's just control arms, upper and lower. We're getting rid of those because the fix to not being able to get those shocks through these trick coil springs because they were so curved into the coil, the spring pocket, which is why we couldn't really get them in there, is because we didn't cut them. They're full length trick springs, and if we did cut them like we did the first set we bought, the front end of this thing would be sitting on the ground. So yeah, so they're full length, and because of that, the way they sat in the control arm and then went into the spring pocket, it was like a curve. And because of that curve, and in combination with the strange valve bodies being bigger, we could not get them in there. So basically, I'm tired of messing with these. I hate these things. I know people love them. I think if you're not going to, coilovers, I would just stick with like 4-cylinder springs and not even mess with these things, because they're a pain for sure. And then yeah, so this is a replacement. We're going Viking coilovers, tubular upper and lower A-arms from Trick Chassis. I also got the intake, Holly High Ram. That's here today along with some other stuff. Fuel line, PTFE, some fittings, a throttle body, all that good stuff. So a lot of work to do. I'm trying to get some more done tonight. Basically all I have left is to pull these stock A-arms off. I also want to weigh them. I would like to weigh them and see how much weight I'm saving, because man, if you pick up those tubular A-arms, it's like barely nothing's there. It's crazy. So I would like to weigh them, and then also before I put everything back together, I'm probably gonna pull the spindles off and sand them and paint them and make them look halfway decent and match everything else that's gonna look good. I didn't get TRZ or billet spindles or anything like that. That's just out of the budget right now, but at least we got coilovers and 2 upper and lower A-arms. My cam is supposed to ship out next week, I'm assuming. So we'll be able to start putting the motor back together with the new heads and everything, so you guys can get an idea. And we have a different, basically, power adder coming. Aside, getting rid of the nitrous, I'm not going back to nitrous. I'm running a different power adder, and that'll be a surprise. You guys will get to see that. So yep, stay tuned. I'm gonna try and record some more after I get these A-arms off, and yeah, see you in a little bit. All right, guys, got the control arms off, upper and lower. Dad hit it with some spray, cleaned it up. So make it look good. Yeah, so I think we're gonna call it a night for now, because it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I think. But this is the new setup. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna get the weights and everything right on the board, so you guys can see how much weight this saves. But I think overall it'll just make it look a lot cleaner, and it'll be a lot easier to deal with adjustment wise, ride height wise. So yeah, we will probably continue this video, but we'll just start another day.
Yeah, because we're going to race tomorrow.
Yep, we got a race tomorrow, daily driver race.
Race tomorrow.
They better not cancel it, or I'm gonna freak out, because they've waited till the last second to cancel it before.
Yeah, everything's loaded up, ready to go.
Yeah, so we'll have a separate video out for that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Well, as you can see, S10 got a much needed upgrade. Uppers to lowers, Viking coilovers. I would say we probably dropped maybe 120 pounds, 100 pounds all together between the spring, upper and lower. Jonathan is getting the spindles cleaned up right now. I'm gonna paint them to make them look nice. And that's about it. So, more upgrades to come.
Yep,
Well,
we got more stuff coming.
what else?
I'm getting my cam, so my cam should be coming in. So soon we'll be putting this motor back together.
Very soon.
We actually had to do some modifications on this to make it work.
Yeah, Viking, for some reason, I guess would be a bearing, the bushing would not fit between them.
Wider than the actual mount, so we actually had to take an 1/8 inch off of each side of that bushing to make it fit in between the mount.
Yep, and lately we've been having trouble with a lot of different companies with stuff not fitting right, and we have to modify it in order to get it to fit. And it shouldn't be like that. It should just be, quality control should be a lot better. Well, it's all back together.
Yeah, nothing's been adjusted yet, but
Nah, at least get it on the ground, see where we're at.
yeah.
Got the puppy out with us today. Holy crap.
Thing is sitting on the ground. I have to adjust some ride height.
Adjust the right height.
Yeah, by a lot.
But that should be a lot of traffic.
Yeah, and the wheels are still straight pretty much up and down. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't got the alignment done, but
I mean, you can always set it like that. Leave it on the ground, slam it.
alright, so coilovers have to be adjusted
Definitely, because it's
to adjust the ride height.
slammed.
You do that with the suspension not loaded, I would assume.
I gotta look at the instructions.
That's about where you want it.
Either the front end to sit about 1/2 inch to 1 inch taller than the rear end. Coming right up.
A little bit more.
Yeah, that might work right there.
Right there? Yeah, right there.
So that'll kind of preload everything all the way transfer. Okay. But yeah, we'll get the ride height set. But we'll probably end this video now. I mean, you guys can see everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's all
You can
in.
see how it looks installed. Everything working with the stock spindle and not a billet spindle. Working with the 1-inch taller ball joints and not the standard ball joints. So you can see how the bump stops work. It's just a bolt with a lock nut. I mean, you have your shims, you know, all this stuff. It's pretty simple. It's just time consuming to do it all. But I think it'll give me the adjustability I need, because if you watch any of the old videos, you'll notice the truck, when it takes off, it'll wrinkle the tires, pick up the front end, you get all that weight transfer, then it just comes up way too fast. It tops out, and then as soon as it tops out and unloads, it unloads the rear end. And then I get spin, and then it'll reload the rear end again. So I think having the double adjustable shocks, front and rear, will give me more control over what this thing does in a 60 foot especially. And we're gonna need as much control as we can get with the upgrades that are yet to come. This is just the start. We
We got a little surprise in works.
have a ton of stuff coming from this thing. This is just the beginning.
You ain't gonna give anything away, but you know, a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise.
Comment down below what y'all think the power adder will be for the S10. Tomorrow we do have a race for the Colorado down at Dominion, so we're going to do that, and then after that we're going to head up and start working on the fuel system for the S10. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Again, like, subscribe. We'll see y'all in the next one.